Hello my friends, it's November 17th, 2011. It's a beautiful chilly morning here in Tennessee, but I mentioned yesterday in my video about a dream I had a couple nights ago, and a couple people asked if I'd talk about it. I guess I'll try to. It was so detailed. I mean, it's hard to, sometimes really explain dreams. They mesmerize us most of the time, and I really don't dream too often. It don't seem anymore, but this was something. But there was a large group of people on a stage with the curtain closed, and there were some people facing this way, and then most of the people was facing towards the curtain, and there was a man standing at the curtain. But we couldn't see, none of us could see the front of this man. We were just behind this man. And we could tell that there was a very, very, very massive amount of people, because there was loud noise going on the other side of the curtain. And that's symbolizing to me the dividing of the sheep and goats. But anyways, I'll get into that more in a minute. This man that we was all standing behind, who was at the very front of the curtain, was just standing there, normal, and he started to lift his hands up like this, come straight out, and then he started coming forward, towards the curtain. And I only seen him get about this far. But as he started moving his hands, you know how in dreams you can just flash from scene to scene to scene. As he started moving his hands up, he was steady at first, he started moving his hands up. I kept flashing to events in my life where I've been tested, where I feel like God has tested my faith, tested my endurance, tested how much I really do believe in His power to deliver you right through any storm or anything that does come before you. He'll part that Red Sea and let you go, right down that little straight and narrow. It might not be the way you wanted to go down that road or whatever, but He'll guide you and take you. Well, as the man's hands kept going up, like I said, I kept flashing to all these scenes, and just the people on the other side kept getting louder and louder, which to me was symbolizing the destruction and the people falling away from God and not being able to hear Him, or not being blind to the things He does do, which is the good. The world never wants to see the good. I mean, it's not sellable, It's just really not. But anyways, it kept growing. It was like a guitar, turning it and swelling the volume, so it kept growing. And that was as this man's hands was coming up. And as he started bringing them towards the curtain, I mean, it just started getting wild. Well, the people on the stage, like I said, there were some people facing, they were behind the man, but some people on the stage was turned around as if they were giving up. As if they were like, oh, you know what? This is just getting silly. I'm just, I'm losing my mind. Why am I up on this stage? And it's like they were turning their back and saying, I'm done with this. But a large amount of the people who was on the stage was standing strong and could, now see that the man who had been just standing there for a good while was now making the movements towards the curtain to rip it open and start the show. That's what we that were behind him still believed. And that this is, like I said, in my dream. And I only got to see his hands get about right here, this man we was all standing behind. I didn't get to see him grab the curtains, even though I knew that's what was about to happen. I believed he was going to rip them open, and that's what I believed. But in my dream, I only got to see like this far, where he needed to really get about right here and rip the curtains open. So I didn't get to see it all, and I've wondered since then if that's a deeper something, you know, for me personally or what, or if it's just, you know, we're still sizzling. And but what I'm saying is there was a lot of us behind this man, and I really didn't know who he was. Because I couldn't really see him. I seen this outline and everything, but in the whole time of my dream, I knew who it was. But what was even crazier, you got the rumblings going on behind this curtain, and that's the destruction of the world. That's all the sin. That's all the hell. You know, that's what it was. The suffering and the hell on the other side. And behind us, we had even something behind us that was keeping us in, that was holding us together, that was, you know, saying, hey, you're here for a reason. There was something behind all of us, which it was behind that man that we was all behind too. But we couldn't turn around. I couldn't. Like I said, some people were already turning around and quitting. You know, they were the ones who turned their back and says, forget this. This is junk. You know. It's not me. I'm a believer. I'm a knower. Alright? Anyways, I'm hoping some of y'all are starting to see what this dream really, to me, was. But what was behind us all was the Spirit. It was that feeling that was behind us all that was still pushing us to keep going. The spirit of, you know, faith, the spirit of, you know, not giving up and knowing, hey, you know what, the curtain is about to be open. We're about to really change and get the attention of all the people who are living like pigs on this earth, and either they're going to listen or they're going to, you know, keep being destroyed. And then I woke up out of the dream. I didn't get to see the conclusion. So, I mean, that's why I mentioned it in yesterday's video. I didn't even know if I wanted to talk about it, because I don't even know if it really had meaning. But I knew, to me, when I woke up, what it was. That man that I really couldn't tell who we were behind was Michael, the one with the loudest trumpet here on this earth. And he was, you know, directing. You know, he was the one that was going to open the curtain and start the show, but everybody behind him had a role. You know, that everybody who was behind him and knew that same thing had a role. And this is part of the test of our faith. Because I kept going back to scenes in my life just where I was tested, and some scenes where I failed. You know, where I failed that test that was before me, where I could have really planted a seed to really help somebody or really be that example that, you know, we're an example 24/7 to somebody. And I failed a lot of them tests, but I also seen some of the tests where I passed. And that was the ones that was keeping me standing forward and not, I guess, turning back like a lot of people on the stage were doing. You know, it was them ones where, you know, God did part that sea, and it was just, there's no other explanation but that. And that's what does keep me going like this, because signs and, you know, just that, the spirit that was behind us all, that's the main thing. I mean, that's the main thing that is holding us all together, and has got our attention, and has brought so much awareness to us, and is pushing us to not stop. It is the Spirit. And not to put Michael on a pedestal, because we're not to worship him or nothing like that, but he is the loudest voice on this earth. And I feel he is the forerunner to the return of Christ. And to get us all back in that mindset. And now is not the time to give up. So that was my dream. I don't know if that sounds silly or what, but it's what it was. And that was a couple nights ago, and this is, I don't know. Just thanks for watching. I appreciate all the love and comments. It's a beautiful day, like I said, and I'm just ready to have a very good day, and I hope you are too. Go out there and try to plant some seeds for, you know, the love to sprout, and something will happen. You know, something always happens. If you're doing the right thing, miracles do happen. Some people don't believe in miracles, but they're probably not doing what you got to do for them to happen. And always know, if you're giving God's shovel, you know, his dump truck or whatever, it's 10 times bigger than ours. You know, he'll dump even more, you know what I'm saying? But we got to be doing that work too. All right, thank you. Peace.